It was supposed to be one of the best nights of my life. I had just gotten promoted, something I'd worked relentlessly for. Late nights, missed weekends, the stress, the sacrifices. Finally, it all paid off. To celebrate, I planned a small gathering at our house. Nothing extravagant, just my boss, a few coworkers, and some close friends. My wife, Emma, was eager to help organize everything. She even asked if she could invite a few of her own friends. I didn't think twice. I wanted the night to feel warm, intimate, memorable. Guests started arriving around 6 o'clock. The atmosphere was light, music playing low in the background, drinks in hand. My coworkers brought wine, and my boss surprised me with a vintage bottle he'd been saving. The mood was perfect. Everyone offered their congratulations, and Emma stood beside me, glowing with pride. I felt proud. Content. As the night went on, the women headed into the kitchen to prep dinner. Emma and two of her friends, one of them a man I'd never met, took over setting the dining table. I was across the room, deep in conversation with my boss and one of my team leads, explaining the pressure behind our last big project, when I heard a soft clatter. A spoon had dropped. I glanced over. Emma had crouched down to pick it up, and that's when it happened. The male friend she'd invited walked behind her and slapped her on the butt. Not a subtle brush. An audible slap. He laughed. And worse, she laughed too. A short, playful giggle like it was nothing, like it was normal. I felt my face flush. My boss paused mid-sentence. He didn't comment, but the silence between us thickened. I forced a nervous chuckle, pretending I hadn't seen anything. Told myself not to make a scene, to hold it in. Dinner followed. People talked, joked, passed plates like nothing had happened. I barely touched my food. I smiled, nodded, laughed where I was supposed to. But mentally I was stuck. The moment kept replaying in my mind. The slap, the laugh, the way Emma's eyes sparkled, unfazed, comfortable. Once the last guest left, the house went quiet. I stayed seated, pretending to scroll through my phone, pretending to be tired. But I wasn't tired. I was humiliated, angry, confused. I waited until the dishes were done, until everything was put away, until she settled on the couch with a glass of wine like nothing had happened. Then I asked, "What was that back there at the table?" She frowned. "What do you mean?" "That guy, your friend. He slapped your ass, and you laughed." She rolled her eyes and sipped her wine. "Oh my God, that? Seriously?" "He's just messing around. He's always like that. It's nothing." "It's nothing?" I repeated, standing. "He touched you in front of everyone, in front of my boss, and you laughed. He's been my friend since college. We joke around. It wasn't meant to be disrespectful. It was disrespectful. To me, to us. You think I'd laugh if some woman came up and rubbed my chest in front of you?" She scoffed. "You're blowing this way out of proportion. You always do this when it's one of my guy friends." "No," I said firmly. "I'm reacting to a man putting his hands on my wife like it's casual, and you making it look like it's normal." Her voice rose. "Because it is normal. You're acting like I cheated on you or something. It was a joke. Grow up." I stared at her for a long moment. That's when it hit me. She didn't understand. Or worse, she didn't care. I didn't sleep that night. I lay awake staring at the ceiling while her breathing stayed calm and steady beside me. Mine wasn't. My thoughts looped endlessly. If she could laugh at something like that in front of me and my colleagues, what did she allow when I wasn't around? By morning, I had made my decision. She stirred awake, rubbing her eyes. "Hey," she said groggily. "What time is it?" I was already dressed, standing by the window. "We're done," I said quietly. She blinked. "What?" "I'm done. With this. With us." She sat up slowly. "You're seriously ending our marriage over a joke slap?" "I'm ending it," I said calmly, "because you laughed, because you excuse it, because when I told you I felt humiliated, you made me the problem. I've worked too hard to be disrespected like that." "You're overreacting," she snapped, standing now. "You're throwing everything away over your ego." "No," I replied, walking toward the door. I'm walking away because I can tolerate many things, but not disrespect. She stood frozen as I grabbed my keys and stepped outside.